Hey, it's Tom here. I don't know if you could see me. This thing blotted out my window, my picture-in-picture window. Anyway, I think it's going to work. This is this Today Show video on intermittent fasting for a month where they took two, I guess, their office employees and put them on this thing. And it's really ridiculous because, first of all, the guy doesn't even look like he needs to lose weight. And the lady, these people, they talk about sticking to it and they didn't. Case in point, watch this. She lost 4 pounds in only a month. That's first off, right? Now, they're doing some, you know, she starts at 12 noon. I mean, come on. But watch this part right here. Watch.
Hi guys, there's just a few more days that I'm on intermittent fasting. I've really tried to stop eating by 7 p.m. so I can have my morning coffee at 11.
Okay, so she could have her morning coffee at 11. Now, her morning coffee, I'm sure, has some kind of something in it. It's not black coffee. Maybe she even has a sweetener in it.
And then I eat at noon.
And then she eats at noon. I mean, what kind of intermittent fasting is this? I mean, most people hold off till at least 2 p.m. I know she says she stops eating at 7 p.m. But does she really? I don't trust this lady. I really don't. I don't think she's really in it to lose weight. She's probably just getting brownie points at work for being in this thing. Who knows?
That's really been helping me. My stomach growled at the beginning, which is embarrassing in meetings, but it didn't really, it sort of went away. And my only trouble was really on the weekends when I'm making breakfast for my kids.
Okay, that shouldn't be a problem.
That's where it became a problem for me, but I stuck to it. I didn't have any cheat days. So.
Yeah, she didn't have any cheat days, and this guy here, give me a break.
It was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be, I thought.
Yeah, okay. So anyway, I don't know this. Yeah, there. So, can I make myself bigger here? So, this is my point. You can go watch that video if you want. I don't want to put too much of it in my video because if you do, then YouTube sees it as like, or NBC will flag it as some kind of a copyright violation. I see people doing that with other things. These people weren't. You can't convince me that these people were in it to really be in it. Were really committed. Like I said, they probably did it for brownie points at work. They were probably told, in the beginning they met with the nutritionist at work, and the nutritionist was basically subscribing to the calories in, calories out thing, which is ridiculous. That's not real. That's only part of it. So that's that. They're not really doing real fasting. They're definitely not doing one meal a day. They're not probably, I don't know. She stuck with it on the weekend. I don't believe it. I don't believe that woman stuck with it on the weekend. And they're eating by like 12 noon or 1 o'clock. Now on the weekend, yeah, you can go a little bit less from what I can see online. I can't really speak from experience yet. As you can see, I'm still quite plump. Like I said yesterday, I waited until 4 or 5 o'clock before, between 4 and 5, based on whether you count the little cream in the coffee at 4 o'clock, as a fast breaker. I didn't eat till around 5 o'clock, and that's on a Saturday. That's helping, if I have to help with feeding my daughter, I do it. I'm not going to sit there and say, well, I'm fasting. I can't go near food. I mean, you can't be a big baby. You're an adult, right? You're an adult. And there's people around you who aren't fasting. My 4-year-old isn't fasting, and she's got to eat when it's time. Or she says she's hungry. And if my wife says, all day long, I hear I'm hungry. She's not really doing fasting, but she's trying to see if she can do it. But and then she'll give up at a certain point. I'm hungry. I got to eat. So she eats or she cooks something. She makes something, and I smell it. Whatever. I'm doing this. I'm committed to this. I'm not going to, not going to be a big baby about it. You choose to do something and you stick with it. Have some discipline. So, this woman's like, oh, I had to make breakfast for my kids on the weekend. That's a problem. It shouldn't be a problem. So she lost 4 pounds in a month. I say she wasn't really doing real intermittent fasting. She wasn't doing it right. She was probably cheating. So the Today Show is full of it. Now, they did have that other lady on the Today Show, the lady who did lose a lot of weight. What is it? If I go back. This lady here, what's her name? Can't remember her name. But she's big with intermittent fasting, and they interviewed her and all of that. And then Dr. Oz had this other guy on, this 5,000 calorie in one meal guy, who again, he's a little misleading too, because he has whatchamacallit, he puts a lot more vegetables and thought into the foods. Like, you see him eating a giant Pop-Tart here, you see him eating a giant pizza. I don't know, like, some of this stuff's got a lot of vegetables stuffed into it, and I don't trust that some of this isn't like a keto crust or something. But he says he eats 5,000 calories in one meal, that he looks pregnant when he's done eating. He calls it a food baby, which is kind of sick. And then he loses weight, but he also works out. He's a single guy. He's got eats at like 1 in the morning or so. He's got a weird lifestyle. So, but it's working for him. He's got like a 6-pack. So he seems to eat a lot of food. So 1 meal a day. And the other thing is, a lot of these health gurus, like, you look online, if you do a search for high carb diet, right? Like, can you do intermittent fasting on a high carb diet?
Vegans healthy.
Wait, hang on. So you look at a lot of the comments, and all these people, keto, no, you can't, yes, you can. And then one person at the bottom basically said, look, if you're doing OMAD, 1 meal a day, none of this carb stuff matters. So what I'm trying to find out here, I'm doing a little bit experimentation here for all of our benefit, my benefit, your benefit. I've said before, I don't really want to worry about a keto thing, right? I don't really want to worry about a keto thing. I don't want to worry about doing low carb. I don't want to mix diets. Basically, I want to do this thing where you just do intermittent fasting. You do intermittent fasting, and you do it. You eat within the prescribed time, whatever type of intermittent fasting you're doing. I am actually mixing basically 1 meal a day, and then on the weekend I kind of loosen it up a little bit to make it easier to get through a weekend, because like I said, wife may want to go out for lunch somewhere. I can negotiate and say, let's make it a slightly later lunch, so I can push it off to maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock. Like last weekend, I pushed it off to like 3:30. It was the latest I could push it off. We went out, we had a good time. My wife enjoyed it, and no big deal. And I still feel like I was losing weight. This weekend, we went out yesterday. Eating was not a part of it. It was more shopping for food and stuff. And it worked out well. And today, right now, I'm able to make this video because my wife and child went to Chuck E. Cheese for a few hours. They had like a play date with another woman and her children. So I'm able to, do this right now. It's quiet here. So I'm fasting right now. I'm fasting. It's almost 11:30 in the morning. We get up early. If you have a toddler and 2 dogs, I have 2 dogs and a cat. I end up getting early, take them out, this, that, and the other thing. She had to get ready. I showered and got ready. So like I got up now it's becoming natural. Like when I first did this, okay, when I did this the first time as an experimental thing. Sorry, I'm looking at my window. It looks like I'm constantly looking down. I should be looking at the camera here, but it's not natural for me. Put this in the center here. So let me minimize this. So yeah, this is my desktop. So I lost my train of thought. I'm trying to do several things. One is stick with this on the weekend. When I did this the first time, I experimented with this. I made some crucial mistakes. Okay, I don't know if I should make a different video for that. You know what? I'm going to make a different video for that because I need more video content for my channel. So right now, basically, this was the Today Show video. Okay, I'm going to shoot one after this. This was the Today Show video, and I just wanted to show part of that video and to basically say, Today Show, what are you doing? You first you put on the dietitian talking about, I didn't put her on the thing, but if you watch the video, you'll see they met with the dietitian before, and it was basically, she's like a calories in, calories out, and blah, 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 and a bunch of bull. And then she knows nothing about fasting. She doesn't probably even need to fast. She looks like she's in great shape. So these people take that, and then they totally butcher the fasting. They don't really do intermittent fasting the right way, and then barely lose any weight. And all they complain about being hungry, my stomach growling, got to feed my kids. It's like, come on, these people aren't invested in it. And the woman should have been, because, no offense, but she's a little chunky, right? She could have maybe gotten something out of this, but one day she cheated at her desk. How do you cheat at your desk? How do you have a slip up and eat Cheetos and something else? Or whatever, potato chips, whatever she was having at her desk. How do you do that? Unless you just don't care. So Today's Show, all right, Today's Show. Don't listen to the Today Show. Don't listen to media. There's a lot of FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt spread by the media about anything they don't like. And for whatever reason, intermittent fasting has come on their radar. The nutritionists don't like it. You see, basically, this is what it is. I don't want to sound like a conspiracy tinfoil hat person, but this is what it is. The medical community, the dietitian, the weight loss industry, okay, if they can't peddle their lotions, potions, and pills and all that stuff that doesn't work, that costs a lot of money, and their Jenny Craig and their Weight Watchers and all this dieting that doesn't work, if they can't make money off it. Now, you can make money off intermittent fasting by selling products and information around it, but you can't really package intermittent fasting. And you certainly can't create, what are you going to create as far as health supplements for it? Maybe some vitamins to say, well, when you're eating, take this. You're not going to have a vitamin line for that. There's vitamins out there already. So they can't make enough money. They can't commercialize intermittent fasting. So therefore, they don't want any part of it. They want to discourage. They don't want this to catch on. They don't want people to know about this. So that's that. Don't believe what they say about it. All right. There's going to be a lot of articles. I had one on one of my videos, if you look back, where intermittent fasting is not a miracle weight loss thing. Well, it can be. And again, I kind of weird to be preaching this when I haven't lost all the weight yet, but I know this works based on already certain micro results that I've seen. Okay, I just need to keep doing it, not give up, which I won't. And I'll do this as long as I have to. And also, by doing this 7 days a week, slightly modified on the weekend, but still doing it, they're not having breakfasting. Like if the first time I did this, if I started breaking it by having breakfast and stuff, then it's going to be that much harder on Monday morning when I go back to it. So you may as well stick with it. So anyway, don't pay attention to the media when it comes to intermittent fasting. That's the lesson here. And Today's Show, shame on you. All right. See you later. Please like, subscribe, check out my shirts.